Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today is kind of going to be a downer video. I know it's not what you want to hear, but it is, and I'm sorry for that. But today I thought that I would finally share my story with you guys. I know I gave 25 facts last week, but I want to have a more deeper relationship with you guys instead of just me being on a screen, you guys watching me twice a week. I don't think that's too fun. And yes, you guys follow me on Twitter. Yes, you guys follow me on Instagram. And I am so grateful. I can't believe I just started YouTube a couple days ago and I already have 560 something followers. And that's crazy. And I want to thank you guys so much for that. So today, like I said, I am just gonna share my story with you guys, and I please ask if you do not leave any negative comments. I'm doing this to help the people who are struggling and who need help. So it started around 6th grade. Yeah. I started being bullied by this girl. She just said everything possible to me. I don't know what her problem was, but she just did not like me. And I never understood why she didn't like me. She just didn't. And you can't force somebody to like you. Like, I know that. You can't do that. You can't be like, you're gonna like me. Like, you can't do that. It's the way life is. If someone doesn't want to like you, they don't like you. It's simple as that. So after she started bullying me, she was like the popular girl of 6th grade. Like, everyone thought she was like so hot and so pretty, and so everyone like hung around her. So when she started bullying me, her little like gang like followed her along and started bullying me also. And so I kept going to the principal. I was like, look, I'm like, this girl's bullying me. I'm like, you need to get her off my back. I don't appreciate this. Like, it's really frustrating. I'm like, I can't even go to class without her saying something to me. I'm like, I can't even stand outside in the morning. I'm like, they're all like trying to jump me. I'm like, something needs to be done. So after that, it just got even worse. So they all knew that I went down to the principal. Like, it was common sense that it was me. So 6th grade year dragged on. You know, I didn't really have any friends. I was sitting by myself at lunch. Just no one bothered to talk to me, not even like my own best friend, and that was kind of sad. And so 7th grade year came. My mom told me, you know, go in with a positive attitude. Things are gonna get better. You know, they're not gonna let you go through this for a whole nother year, and you know, of course you're gonna believe your mommy over, you know, a principal who you've only had for a year. You're gonna believe your own mother. So, you know, I believed her. I tried to go in with a positive attitude. And every time I got my seat assigned next to somebody, they'd be like, oh, you're gonna get the Taylor touch, you're gonna get this, ew, that sucks for you. And it was just so uncomfortable for me to even sit in my own classroom. It was distracting my learning, my academics weren't as strong anymore, I was failing possibly every class. It was like D, F, D, F, D, F. I think like the only A I had was gym, and that was like it. That was because like my teacher loved me though, so that's like a whole different story. So after that, things got worse, you know. I was finally threatened to be jumped. I was getting knives held to my neck, saying that I needed to stop talking about people, but I wasn't like that. I didn't like talking about people. I didn't feel that was right to go and talk about somebody if you don't know them. And if I was going to talk about somebody, I was going to talk about it to my mother. And so things got worse, and the year went on and on and on, and it just, I was getting phone calls, I was getting cyberbullied. I couldn't even go on my Facebook. I would have like 30, 40 notifications, and it would just be of them bullying me, and I couldn't even go on my Facebook anymore. I just couldn't take it. And so 8th grade year came, things got a little better. It wasn't really fun. It finally, I earned a little group of friends. It wasn't really yada yada yada, but I had about 4 or 5 really good friends that I stuck with. I finally got to actually sit at a lunch table, and I wasn't by myself. People still hated me. I was still being bullied on a daily basis, but the only difference for this year is that people actually stuck up for me. So the year dragged on, and I started starving myself, and my friends finally started noticing at lunch that I wasn't eating. And so one day at gym, we were running, and I hadn't eaten anything, and so I just fainted, and I just started throwing up. I was so sick because I hadn't eaten. And so finally, my friend, one of my best friends, told my math teacher, and my math teacher like went down to my social worker and was like, "You need to get her help. She's starving herself," so on and so forth. And once that found out, I started making myself throw up because, you know, at least I was eating, it just wasn't staying inside me. So after that, my teacher found out about that too, reported that. And so then I didn't have anything to numb my pain anymore, so I started cutting. No one knew about that, and then finally my friend found out about it, and she was very angry with me because I wasn't talking to her about it, and I didn't ask her for help, or wasn't venting, I guess you could say. So I just kept doing that, and then finally freshman year started, and I was still cutting, and finally one of the girls that I got really, really close with, and I still talk to on a daily basis, and I love her so much, she was like, "Why are you doing this? Let me help you quit. Come on, if you don't stop, I'm going to have to tell somebody." And so finally, it kept going through the summer, and finally one of my other cheer friends saw my arm, and she told my mom. And I went home that day from practice, and my mom saw it, and she was so angry and so upset. She didn't understand why I was doing it. And so I told my mom, you know, "I'm never going to do it again. You could promise. I promise you. You know, don't worry about it." And so I went like 6 months without doing it. I was pretty proud of myself, and then I finally did it again. I don't remember why I did it, but I just did it. I was so upset and depressed. I don't remember what was the reason that led to me being depressed that day, but I did it. And so my mom started doing body checks on a daily basis, but I was trying to find the places that my mom wouldn't have checked. And so I started cutting on a daily basis my freshman year. It was day by day by day by day by day. There was not a day I honestly did not cut. I just kept cutting and cutting. And then finally, one of my senior friends at my high school saw my arm. It was my left right here. I had at least like 12 cuts. They were just one after another after another. And she tried pulling my arm because I was like hugging her. And I kept trying to like pull my arm back so she like wouldn't see it. And then so she was stronger than me. So she like pulled it, and she saw it. And so she tried to help me, and you know, she always, you know, would check and be like, "Why did you do this?" You know, blah 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 blah. And then I was still getting help with social work, and then one day my mom called my social worker and was like, "Yeah, I'm putting her in the hospital." And my social worker's like, "That's a good idea." So like I went home from school, and my mom's like, "Pack your bags, I'm taking you to the hospital. I'm not letting you do this to yourself anymore." And so I ended up going to the hospital. You know, they assessed me, and they were like, "Yeah, you need to be in here. Like, we're not letting you go home." And so they put me on, like, the medical peds floor for a couple days, because in order for me to actually get on the psych floor, there needed to be a bed. And there wasn't a bed open for me, so I was there for a couple days. And then finally, they moved me up to the psych floor. I was so angry at my mom, I didn't even talk to her. I'm like, "Get the hell out of here." I was so angry that she actually had the guts to put me on the floor. But I was very thankful a couple days later that she put me there, because I realized I did need to be there. The people were really nice there. I met a lot of people that were struggling with the same things I was, and it was nice knowing that I wasn't alone. And so I was there for about 2 weeks, and then I got discharged. I started doing outpatient, and then I ended up being put back in there because another girl told my psychiatrist there that I was having a plan to go home and kill myself, and I did have a plan. So I ended up being readmitted to the psych floor, and so I was put in there again, and I was there for about 2 months because I ended up trying to kill myself 2 times while I was in there, and I was still cutting. And then I finally got discharged after those 2 months, and I never ended up finishing my freshman year. I had to do all my finals in the summer, but it was honestly worth staying there for those 2 months because I am so much stronger now, and I have such a better head on my shoulders. Also, during freshman year, I ended up being sexually assaulted by a boy on the basketball team, so it's really hard for me to be friends with boys or to hug a boy because I get very, very nervous. But yeah, so that is my story, and I've been clean from cutting for a little bit over a year now, and I am so proud of myself, and I'm very glad that I am happy now and I can live life to the fullest. And I hope this video helped you guys, and if you ever feel you need to talk, my social media is in the link below. All you have to do is message me. I will be sure to answer you without a doubt. Well, like I said, I'm sorry this had to be a downer video. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped you. Share this video if you think it'll help somebody else. I will see you guys next week, hopefully. I'm going to try to do the boyfriend and girlfriend challenge. I'm going to try to have my boyfriend come over sometime next week. Or maybe I'll actually post it this weekend because he's off work Saturdays and Sundays. So, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Peace out.